Well, as luck would have it, by the time I decide to do my end of July update, the sun has gone and it's very muggy, and a thunderstorm could happen at any moment. But c'est la vie, that's where we are. And I think the theme of today's update is going to be that I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed with the sheer amount of weeding that I'm going to have to do. I took my eye off the back of the plot, and this bindweed has just taken over within a couple of weeks. All of this needs to go. All of the stinging nettles I want to cut back. Down here it's all weeds. They're everywhere. My asparagus bed has started to be taken over. This hot weather has been great. As you'll see when we get in the polytunnel, it has been great for a lot of things. One of the things it's been really good for is the weeds. So anyway, let's get on. This blackberry has really taken off. So I've been talking about having to trellis it. I'm really going to have to do something about it now because this thing is massive. So what I'm tempted to do is actually bring it over there and then bind it to that post. We'll see. Starting to get some loganberries. Although they're so tart and so dry, they're not really fun. I think the birds have eaten all of the blueberries. That's on me. I didn't bother to net it. So as the blueberries are starting to ripen, the birds have had them all. Asparagus bed. Now I suspect these are seed pods, so I might capture some of those. But otherwise, the asparagus is doing well. Here's a squash that what I seeded and planted last month, as absolutely doing the business. So I'm pleased that'll just cover a lot of things and make it look like the allotment isn't empty. Apples are doing all right. I'm a little disappointed that I still have quite a lot of not too bad, but I looked as though I was going to have quite a lot of spotted ones, but actually it doesn't look too bad. Pears, I think I'm almost in double digits of pears that have survived. So I've got a good cluster here and stuff. So not too bad there. Parsnips, I'm going to have to start eating roast dinners as we get to the end of the year, because I'll load a load of parsnips. They've done really well. The red cabbage in the middle, I just don't understand how you get red cabbage to be successful, because I think these are going to fail. Dead. Over here, the peas are done now. Once I finish shooting this video, I'm going to empty this off. Might cover it over so that I don't completely lose this bed. The weeds have tried to claim it back. As we go to the back, all of this bit was completely overrun, so I've just trimmed it back. And I'm going to just spend some time clearing out the worst of the weeds around the 3 surviving blueberries. I'm half tempted to pull them and take them home, but I think they might be established now. Over here, I've just let the lettuce grow. They'll flower, they'll be fine. Melon cherry is doing all right. The gooseberries have haven't really done much, but that's fine. I'm hoping they're just establishing themselves. As you can see, there's just weeds everywhere, so I really need to get in and clear out all this maytail. I was going to do it before, but I figured, hey, you might as well be honest and show what it's actually like up here most of the time. My blackcurrant, I've actually eaten I think I've eaten all of the berries that have grown on this year, and they were pretty tasty. Quite tart. I know, here's a couple. Here are a couple. So they're very tasty, very tart, but I enjoyed them. So hopefully next year get some red currants, some white currants. I transplanted some of the runners from that strawberry bed over there into here, and only looks like only one has survived, which is disappointing. Maybe that one, but I don't know. But I've weeded this out in the last week or so, got rid of all of the rotten strawberries, and of course now some weeds are already back in here. I can see loads of them, so I'm going to have to do that one again when the sun goes down, and I can see some fresh strawberries. Excellent, so I'll pull those and have a little snack as I wander around. At the front of the plot, my glads, the ones that have survived, are in full swing. I've had some of the lilies have come out, so these ones are going to hopefully going to flower in the next week or so. My dahlias haven't really, oh, these ones have flowered. But other than that, so yeah, not too bad, not too bad. It's not as spectacular as last year. Last year, the glads were just amazing, but this year only a couple have actually come up. And as we go in the polytunnel, I mean, it's just a jungle. The watermelon was absolutely starting to take over, and I've let it do that because I'd actually quite like to get some watermelons, or at least one. And I think by cutting it as it was going up, well, I actually did more harm than good. Chilies are finally starting to take off. They've absolutely loved the heat over the last week or so. And in some cases, I feel like some of these plants have doubled in height. So I'm really, really pleased. The jalapenos have flowered and started to fruit. The buds are really late on the super hots, really late, but I think everything's late. On the tomato side, now, I think this is my Christmas grape. So these should be small tomatoes, but I don't know if other growers are having the same problem. But this year, like with this red alert, I would expect normally the tomatoes to be around about the size of that one at the back there, like a medium, just bigger than a cherry, not quite as big as a full salad tomato, tomato. But actually, what I've ended up with is lots of little tiny, teeny ones. So I don't know why that is. I've actually hacked back a lot of the buds because there's no way it's going to fruit all of them. And then as we come through, oh, this one's got one that come off it. I've been really, really strict and pretty harsh with these, taking off the stems, side shoots as they come, but a couple of them seem to have got past me. Hang on a moment. Let me just get the knife out and cut that one off. That's now gone. Yeah, I've been pretty good with sorting out all of the runners or side sheets, but yeah, so this is the lemon tree. You'll get a lot of plum style tomatoes, and when they actually ripen, they'll go yellow. But again, there's lots and lots and lots of buds, and I don't think many of them actually go. As we go to the back, just so you know, it's just more chilies and tomato. Got some San Marzanos back here, growing these for the first year. So we see how they go. Yeah, so it's pretty good, pretty good. Oops, I have a lot. Oh man, this lav mic and its cable is a nightmare. Who uses a cable mic in 2021? I'll tell you who does. I do. So where are we? I'm waffling. Major waffle today. As we come back out here, I've got purple sprouting broccoli and weeds. Oh, and carrots in here. Courgette, just taking up some space in there. So yellow courgettes, calabrese and kale in here. And then cauliflower in here, although it looks like I actually mostly have weeds, so I've got a packet there. I'm going to sow some more in there. Looks like my Brussels sprouts, which I don't really eat, but I thought I'd give them a go. They're doing all right, so that's good. And then as we come around to my tatties are magnificent, probably the best thing I've grown this year, most successful thing I've grown this year. And I've let them flower, and look, a load of potato fruit. So I'm going to save the seeds from these. I think. Oh well, I would imagine the potato berries are from the Cara and the Sarpomiras. So I'm going to save those, sow a bunch next year, and see what potatoes I actually get. Because when you actually plant tubers, the tubers are just genetic clones, right? You just clone in the plant. That's how you guarantee that you get the same potatoes. But from seed, you don't know what you're going to get. So I think it could be interesting to grow some next year from seed and see how it goes. But on the whole, yeah, I mean, it's I'm just looking around and all the weeds, and I think in reality, if I spent half a day up here, I'll get it back under control. But at the moment, it's all just feeling a bit overwhelming, and I'm a bit paralysed by inaction and trying to figure out where's the best place to start. So I think I'm going to stop waffling now on what is the longest video I think I've ever put together, and say thanks if you actually managed to make it to the end of the video and me going on and on and on. Thanks for staying around and watching, and I might see you next month.